Alright guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Get our live stream going on here. Alright guys, how's everybody doing tonight? See if we can get a few people on here and talk a little bit of fishing tonight. Good to see everybody checking in. Trying to stay dry, Tim. It's rough right now, man. This weather is just terrible right now. Terrible. In the Tennessee Valley, Pickwick, all the surrounding areas. Talk a little bit of fishing tonight. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody checking in. Oh, let me see here. Turn my speakers off so I don't get a lot of feedback here. How's it going, Todd? Have you seen Pickwick? I have seen pictures and some videos. I've seen some people have been posting some videos down here at Pickwick, and I have seen some videos from Perkins up there at McFarland, and it's wow, it's tough up there, really tough. Water is, I think it's higher now than it was last time it flooded a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, which is bad because I was wanting to go up there again real soon and fish up there, because I do enjoy going fishing up there at McFarland and around that area. That's a good area to fish, really good area to fish. Especially for smallmouth, which is what I love to catch. Awesome. Really? Cheese took some pictures of J.P. Coleman. I seen some pictures that, I think a picture he posted the other day of the creek right before you go into the park, and it was flooded really bad. And I wouldn't go across that thing for nothing. But that water down by JP's not look normal. Wow. Normal for summer pool or normal for winter pool? But I want to show you guys some new baits that I got in the mail this week. Wait, see if a few more people are going to jump on. If not, we'll get right to that. Just want to do a quick live stream. I hadn't checked in with everybody in a while. Just want to kind of give everybody a little update of where I am at, and as far as my fishing goes. And right now, the fishing's been slow for me. I haven't been in a couple of weeks. I've had some things going on that's took me out of the water. One of those being the weather. Though there have been a few other things, but still been ordering baits, still been getting ready for the springtime, and I am ready to get back out on the water. Hopefully I can. I know I'm not going to get out on the water this weekend because of the water levels and everything, and current. There's just too many floaters out there, logs, and I just don't want to tear my boat up. Plus I got some other things I got to do, so I'm not going to be out there for this weekend, but hopefully next weekend, hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get back on the water. And once I do, let me show you guys what I got in the mail this week. First off, I got some new Ned baits in this week. Let's see if I can open them up. Got some new colors. This is a color that I got. Some of you guys may have seen this if you know me, and know some of the friends that I have. This was made by Basswhacker Baits, Wesley Floyd. Ordered some of these. It's kind of a chartreuse on the bottom, kind of a light green pumpkin on the top, in a standard Ned design. Really cool color. I seen it on this page and I said, hey, you know what, shoot me some. And he did. I ordered a pack of, I think I got 20 here. I got a whole pack of them. He was also kind enough to throw me in some jig heads he made. Looking forward to trying those out as well. But really good baits I got in this week. Cool looking baits. And I am ready to try those out, along with these jig heads he sent me. So, really cool pack of baits. Really cool looking color. I am looking to try those out this week. Oh, let's see what else. I got a couple jigs in this week. Also, you guys know that I work with Flatlands Custom Tackle a lot. Got a couple of nice jig heads from them this week. That is a kind of a camo crawl looking, or Texas crawl. Let me get my invoice here. Turkey Creek crawl, I think. I got 2 jigs in this week. One of them's a Turkey Creek crawl, and one of them is a camo crawl. Let's see here if I can get the other one out of the pack here. 2 awesome baits from Flatlands. If I can get it to delay right. Okay. This is kind of a camo crawl color. Really good bait. It's got some green pumpkin, some oranges, some chartreuses. That is an excellent looking bait. Especially this time of year. A lot of orange this time of year. Green pumpkin head. This is a 1/2 ounce football jig. Really looking forward to that. And again, please don't pay any attention to my clock behind me. I got to change the battery. If you come back next time, it'll probably be the same time. But that's the Texas crawl. This color here is just a standard skirt on that. This one, you probably can't see it, but it is actually, it's tied on, it's wire tied on, so that skirt's not going to come off. This is a really, really good color. It's going to be a really good color this spring, because this time of year, any kind of orange or red really does really good. And let me show you some really neat Ned rigs. Hey, Brittany, you finally watched. Trying to keep up with all the comments. If you guys got any comments or any questions, feel free to drop them below. But this is a brand new, let me see if I can get here. Let me just check in right quick. Let's see here. I'm trying to tag one of my friends here so they can get on. Okay. Anyway, you guys have seen shaky heads. Let me talk shaky heads for a minute. If you've used shaky heads, you know, a lot of them you got just a standard, you know, a lot of them are ball head jigs, some of them are flat, but as far as the keepers go, most of them either have a screw lock or they're just a straight shank with the lead, with a little keeper on there that holds on the bait. But today, I got me some nice, brand new jig head in from Flatlands Custom Tackle. Let me put my hand up there so you guys can get the full effect of that. You guys can see that as a flat bottom, but this is a wide gap hook style. That is going to be an excellent flat bottom. This is green pumpkin, and I got several different colors here, but this is going to be a very awesome shaky head this summer. This is a 1/2 ounce right here. I've got them all the way down to, let's see here, the smallest one I got is 3/16. I got a 3-pack of that. See, I got 3/16, I got a 1/4. I think I got 1/2 ounce. Yeah, so very good. Let me take these out of the baits so you guys can kind of get a comparison. He packages these really, really well. Oh, let me see here. Okay, this is a 3/8 size here. Kind of put my hand up there so you guys can kind of get a good effect of that, kind of get a good look at it. Alrighty. And also, I've got some, that's 3/8. Wesley, you may PM you about what? You talking about the jig heads or the, what are you talking about there? Ted Vickery, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you. If I missed some of your comments, guys, I'll try to get caught up. Okay, this is a 3/16 ounce as well with that wide gap hook. You guys can stick whatever your favorite shaky head hook is on that, and that's going to be awesome. Flatlands Custom Tackle makes these that I've got. You guys can check those out. And if you guys want to check out Flatlands Custom Tackle, if you'll use code ERNEST10, you'll get 10% off your order just for using that code ERNEST10. And let me go ahead and put these in the comments on this live stream. Okay, let me set that over there. That way you guys, if you miss it, you can come back to this and use code 10 for I do talk when I type. Okay guys, I put it in the comments. You guys can use code ERNEST10 at Flatlands and you will get 10% off your order. So there, Joey has got some really good stuff. You guys have seen some videos, and I've used the schoolie rig, which is an Alabama rig style bait. This is the, I think that's the 1/4 ounce I've got right here. Take that up there. These are brand new for Joey. He just got these in, and I was fortunate enough to get a few of them this week. Very, very good shaky head. I'm looking forward to getting on the water with these real soon. You can see. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure of the hook. Let me see if I can find what size hook that is. That way I can give you guys a little bit better. Let's see here. Go to Flatlands, check out the shaky heads. This is this is the Pro Extra Wide Gap Shaky Head from Flatlands. I'm trying to get on their website now. 3/0 hook. These are all 3/0 hooks. Let me see if I can find something flat here to kind of show you guys a little bit better. Let me get the back of this. This is just a little thing. So, as you guys can see, let me put my hand up there so you guys can see it. This is a stand-up. Whoops, dropped it. That is a stand-up shaky head. So you guys can see there. A lot of shaky heads are flat or round on the bottom. My hand's shaking. But these are a flat bottom. They're kind of a football style head kind of on there. Those will stand up. 3/0 hook, wide gap hook. You guys can put the big worms. You can put a trick worm on there. You can put any kind of flat worm on there, or a you know, just a ribbon style worm. Whatever you guys want to put on there, it will be awesome. And I'm looking forward to fishing that very, very soon. Let me also leave I tell you what, I'll leave a link straight to the page, and that way you guys can go straight to it. I put a link here on the bottom. Follow that link. Use code Ernest10. You guys can get 10% off your order. Put a bait on it, okay? I can do that. I will put on a bait. Okay, I'm going to put this Ned rig on it. This may be... it's going to be close. We're going to try it anyway. I'm going to rig this up and show you guys how it looks. Curious myself. Let's see here. This is a little bit bigger hook for this Ned rig. May not be the best bait for it. Let's go ahead and rig it up. Anyways, so that's how I would rig a shaky head. Okay, let me get my... there you go. You guys want to see how that looks? Well, that is slick. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about my big head. Let's see here. You guys get the point. It does stand up. See if I can do it again on this other surface here. So, well, my hands are shaky, guys. Sorry about that. But as you can see, it does stand up. There you go. Of course, in the water, it's going to be, a little bit more buoyant. These Ned rigs here, these are going to float, so naturally, it is going to stand up in that stand-up position. And any bait that floats is going to do that. If you get one loaded with salt, I imagine it would, kind of be a little bit standing down. And also, if you guys haven't seen, I got a big bag of Ned rigs. These are from Bass Swacker Baits. Wesley Floyd made these. Very good looking bait. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to using those. Got a whole big bag of them. You guys got any questions? Fishing in general questions? Just post them below. Chris, I hope you still watching and saw that bait stand up. Sorry, my hands are a little bit shaky. I've worked on a computer and drummed for 20 years, so my hands are a little shaky. But anyway, is anybody going fishing this weekend? I'd like to know who is, because if you are, where are you going? Because right now Pickwick right now is we're going through a little bit of a transition. We got some high water, we got some fast current, and I know that they have called some tournaments off. They have delayed some. I know I saw a post today from the Winter Bass Trail. I think they have postponed their tournament a day, I believe. I don't fish that trail, so don't quote me on that. But the trails this weekend are, a lot of them are canceled, a lot of them are pushed off till Sunday. I know that I looked at the weather today, and the forecast for Saturday is storms and lightning and winds, so I would not advise anybody to get out on the water this weekend, unless you're going to maybe a pond, or I would not recommend getting out on the Tennessee River. That's just me. I'm not going out. If you're around the Bay Springs area, I know they got some tournaments going on Sunday. See, Brad said there's a fruit jar at Pool E. Brad, which pool is that? Because I get those confused. Is that Peppertown, or is that Beaver or Saucer? I get those pools mixed up. See, Chris says, hitting up Kerr Lake to practice for next weekend's Ram Series. Good luck to you on Kerr Lake there. That Ram Series seems to be a real good series. I've heard a lot about that. See, Saucer. Okay, Saucer. I love Saucer Creek, boy. That's a good place to go. Real good place to fish. Imagine that may be, I wouldn't doubt that'd be a little bit, let's see, that lower end may be a little dirty. I would be surprised, but maybe that upper end up by the lock with that water coming out of Bay Springs, that may clear it up some, I would guess. I don't know for sure. Saucer is I've caught a lot of fish. I actually caught my personal best smallmouth on Saucer Creek, if you can believe that. That was a few years ago. It was close to 6 pounds. First time I'd ever fished Saucer Creek, I caught my biggest smallmouth, and I was surprised to catch a smallmouth down there. I was thinking it was just loaded with largemouth, but it was smallmouth. It was a pleasant surprise. Big spots should bite with the current. I would agree with you on that. I'm not fishing that tournament this year. Any tournaments for that matter. That's kind of another update for everybody didn't know. I think I've said it once or twice here and there, but I'm kind of taking a break from the tournaments this year, and I'm going to focus mainly on making my YouTube videos and that way, and doing some promotions for some other folks. And if you guys know of anybody who needs some promotion work done, just send them my way. I'll be happy to do that, because that's what I really enjoy doing. I love tournament fishing, and I will miss tournaments. I'll miss the people in tournaments more than I will the actual tournaments themselves. Last year I fished the S&H Outcast, and I met a ton of great people. And I will miss that this year, I'll be honest with you. But going to focus on other things this year. And as far as tournaments go, I'll be honest with you, I just really wasn't that good at them. So didn't finish too good in the standings. Hadn't in a couple of years, but I enjoy more aspects of going and talking with people and meeting people than I did the actual fishing the tournament. I'm always constantly looking at my clock and wondering, how much time have I got? Have I got time to run here? Have I got time to run there? And, I catch myself, going to one spot, already thinking about the next spot I'm going to hit after that. So I just kind of spun myself out a lot of days. So I just kind of said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on making my videos and my YouTube and live streams and just enjoy fishing just for the love of fishing. Not too many people do that anymore. I see people all the time hunting a tournament on the weekend when, maybe we just, get back to fishing just because we love to go fishing. And that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to do a lot of camping this year. I am looking at getting a kayak. I've been looking at a couple of them that I can just throw in the back of the truck when we do go to the campground. So I'm going to be doing that hopefully pretty soon. Looking forward to camping because I'm tired of rain and cold and I'm ready to go camping. Let's see, Brad says BFLs and fruit jars only for me as well. Well, Brad, good luck with the BFLs. I used to fish those. I really met some great guys fishing the BFLs. Met a couple of not so great guys fishing BFLs as well. I should become a high school boat captain. I've been asked that a couple of times to be a boat captain, and I don't know. I'm not that great of a fisherman to put a bunch of guys on boats, so I don't know about that. But it seems like, I may do that one of these days. But Tommy Thompson, how you doing? Good to see you. But getting back to the BFLs, Brad, I used to love to fish the BFLs. I fished them for about 5 years in my mid-20s religiously on the Mississippi Trail. Like I said, never was a whole lot of good at it, but the BFLs, you kind of have the luck of a draw. It's a toss-up on who you get on those if you're not a boater. If I was to fish the BFLs again, I would only do it as a boater, but they've jacked up the entrance fees on those BFLs. Whew, boy, they're high now. You can almost just fish a Costa or a bass open for as much as you can a BFL. It's getting really ridiculous. Okay. Brad, you guys gonna fish? Are you guys gonna fish in March? I think there is a high school tournament, I believe, in March. I think it's on Peppertown, I believe. I think. I had a guy mention that to me of trying to help him pre-fish, but I just didn't have the time to do that. But Anyways, you guys got any more questions as far as fishing goes? I know that if you guys do go fishing this weekend, lures that I would personally be throwing with this cold water and this high, I would throw a rattle trap or some type of lipless crankbait, personally, if I was to go out. And it'd be red, for sure. Red rattle trap is always a good thing to throw this time of year, especially with the water starting to warm a little bit. I think with this rain, it's going to warm it up just a little bit. So if you guys go out, have I been catching them lately? Nope, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I've been probably 2 or 3 times since the New Year's, and I've probably caught a total of 3 bass all year long, and they were not very big. What is EC's personal best? That would be 7 pounds and change, I believe. I caught it a couple of years ago. Oddly enough, at Tippa Lake in between Ripley and Walnut, Mississippi. There's a county lake called Tippa Lake, and I went down there. I was throwing a Z-Boss 10 crankbait. I actually thought that I had hung up on a clump of grass, and I almost popped it loose because that bite it was a dead of summer, hot fish, just like it just went up behind it and just closed his mouth. There wasn't no strike, no pullback. It's just like the fish closed down on it and just stopped. And I thought I had a clump of grass, and it was right at the boat. And I thought that I had a clump of grass, and I almost shook it off. And then I happened to look down, and the fish kind of rolled, and I seen the side of it, so I was able to get it. Wasn't much of a fight because I was right there at the boat, but it was a good catch that day. Kind of a funny catch, but it was a good catch. Plenty more March. We'll be there for the state championship. I need a captain for 2 kids. Why ask? They just need someone to teach them stuff. Winning is that point they're freshmen and just need a teacher. Tippa used to be great early in the year lake. Tippa Lake is good anytime. I think Tippa Lake's good. Brad, I hope you find a captain. If I see somebody, I will send them your way that is available. If you can get some of those guys from that winter trail to help you guys out, Brad, there's some hammers, absolute hammers in that Pickwick Winter Bass Trail. Getting back to Tippa Lake, I was going to fish Tippa Lake a few weeks ago, and I called, and they're working on the boat ramps down there. So Tippa Lake, as far as boaters, is closed down right now because they're working on the ramps, which is good because those ramps down there suck. They're straight down. You come off that and straight down. There you go, Brad. Wesley might be interested. Wesley, go help him out. Give him some of them basswhacker baits. But Tippa Lake is a great lake. I hope that I can get down there. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be getting a kayak pretty soon, hopefully. Enjoyed the talk. Thanks, Brad. I'm glad you jumped on. I appreciate you. Maybe we'll get together sometime. Text Wesley, holler at Brad later, please, about that. He needs some help down there for those school kids. But anyway, Tippa Lake, I'm sorry to get go back and forth. Tippa Lake is a good lake. I fished it in the summer. I fished it in the winter, and I've caught some really nice fish there. It's a difficult lake to figure out. It's loaded with grass on the bottom, which is kind of difficult to fish as far as like a dragon bait is really, really difficult. Carolina rig there, you just get hung with so much grass. It's kind of like Lake Lamar Bruce. If you guys have ever fished Lake Lamar Bruce, it is loaded with grass on the bottom, and it's real easy to hang up crankbaits. But I do like Tippa Lake. I love Lake Lamar Bruce. Lake Lamar Bruce is just visually just a pretty lake to go out there and fish. But Tippa Lake, I am going to go back when I get a kayak because the boat ramp is messed up, I will go back to Tipple Lake, and I'll probably film that as well. What is a dragon bait? Watch Game of Thrones, and you'll figure out what a dragon bait is. What's thoughts on the Humminbird 360? It looks really cool. 360. I've never used a Humminbird 360. I am a huge Humminbird fan. That's really the only graph I've ever used is Humminbird. I've got a Helix 9 right now. I've heard mixed reviews on the Humminbirds, on the 360s rather. It's kind of like it gives a kind of a you know, if you ever use a side imaging and you make a turn, how it kind of looks kind of wonky. I've heard that about the 360. I ran into a guy at the boat ramp one day and I talked to him for a while about it, and he really liked it, but it was just kind of a, you know, if you got side imaging, if you ever use that and you kind of make a turn, how the screen kind of looks a little odd. But he liked it, and he seemed to be good, and I would love to try it. What I would really love to try, and I've seen a lot of videos, is that Garmin Panoptics. That thing just looks cool. To get the live view and the live sonar, that looks cool. I would love to try Panoptics, but I've never used any Garmin products, so I don't know as far as the rest of it goes. That part looks cool. But fish crankbait shaky head, no problem. I've fished that as well, shallow, but as far as like deep cranking, I've not done a lot of deep cranking on Lake Lamar, Bruce. So, but I do know it's got a lot of grass in it, so maybe just in the area I was at. But I have seen some monster fish come out of Lake Lamar Bruce. I think, now I could be wrong, I think that when they drained the Trace State Park Lake to fix the levee, I think they put some of those big fish around. I heard they put some in Lake Lamar Bruce. I heard they put some in Elvis Presley Lake. Would love to go to those two lakes and catch some. I did talk to the guy who caught the, I talked to the guy at Lake Lamar Bruce one day. He caught the record out of there. Never would tell me what he caught it on. He just said it was a soft plastic, so I'm guessing it was a big worm or something. But, Chris Hatton, come to North Carolina. I'm getting a 360 installed tomorrow. I'd love to come to North Carolina and fish. There's some really nice lakes up there. A little bit far from Mississippi, though. If you guys hadn't seen these, if you're jumping on late, it's new baits I got in today. This is a new shaky head that I got from Flatlands Custom Tackle. Flat bottom, extra wide gap 3/0 hook. That's going to be a beast. Looking forward to fishing that, as well as some new jigs. This is just an awesome looking jig. I'm sorry. That's just cool. That's one I got today. Also another one, different color, still some orange. I'm going to get some whoppers on those suckers. Also some baits from Ned Riggs from Flatland Custom Tackle, Bass Whackers. He got me these. Flatlands got me these and the other ones. So, I fished Monroe of late. I've never fished Monroe. I'd love to do that. Looking forward to maybe this year getting to a few more lakes around here. I want to go to Davis Lake this year. They got a nice campground. I've talked about camping down there with my wife as well this year, and maybe taking the kayak when I get it. So I'm going to try to fish Davis Lake at some point this year. I hear there's some really nice fish down there. If we ever get to camp again, because it's never going to stop raining. It's never going to get warm, so hopefully one day I'll get to go camping again. We'll be going to Bay Springs when we do, because that's usually where we fish, or J.P. Coleman up here at Pickwick. Looking forward to that as well. But let's see here. How long have I even been on here? I'm not real sure. Thought Davis Lake was still closed. Oh, I did not know that Davis was closed. Why was it closed? Colt? Wow, they had a bunch of fish die. They drained it last year. I did not know that they drained Davis Lake. I thought they drained Trace. Oh, wow. I'll have to check that out. That kind of throws a major kink in my plans for this year. Had a bunch of fish die. Why did a bunch of fish die? Does anybody know why? Did they have a... why did the fish die? Somebody lied to you. I know that Trace. Yeah, Trace. Trace, I knew they drained to fix the levee. Oxygen. If you guys have ever been to Tishomingo State Park, I would like to go fish there, but that lake has been down for quite some time. I went there, I drove through there this past summer because I was going to try to go out there, but that levee was leaking, and that lake is down half of what it should be. It's actually, I think there was a high spot in the middle of that lake, and it's actually, it was like two lakes. They're really, the ends are not connected because there's a high spot in the middle. And when the water went down, there's actually essentially two lakes at Tishomingo State Park. Went up there just to check it out for camping reasons and looked at the lake, but it was not in good shape. So, Trace has been closed for 3 years. Yeah, I knew that Trace was closed, which was bad because that same year it closed, I was trying to get down there and fish it, but they closed it. Has anybody been to Elvis Presley Lake lately or within the last year? I've heard mixed reports about that it was good, it was bad, you could get in with a boat, you couldn't get in with a boat. I'd like some information on that. If anybody has seen that, I would really love some information on Elvis Presley Lake. Tasha Barnes, hey Tasha, how are you? Good to see you. Alright guys, I think that I'm probably going to call this, I'm going to start winding this down tonight. Let me guys kind of recap what we went over tonight. Got some new baits in. This is from Flatlands Custom Tackle. A new shaky head. Flat bottom, kind of a football style head. 3/0 wide gap hook. Awesome. If you guys look in the comments, leave a link to Flatlands that you can buy these, and you can use code ERNEST10 and to get you 10% off your order of anything you ordered from them. Let's see here, another nice jig that I got from Flatlands as well. There's one jig, got another jig as well. This was a nice one. This one's actually wire tied on, so it's not going to come off. That's not going to come off at all. That's just a great looking jig. Also got a pack of Ned Rig baits from Basswhacker Baits. Check those guys out as well. And I got about 4 different sizes on these new shaky heads that I got. What's that? Looks rigged up. That's a Basswhacker Ned bait with the new Flatlands shaky head. It is flat bottom. It does stand up. My hands are too shaky for me to tell you. But anyway, guys, check those out. Dink City on the Elvis Presley Lake. Well, I don't care. That's Brad. 6-inch June bug lizard. Catch a boat full. That sounds good. Tommy enjoyed it. Thank you guys. I appreciate everybody watching you guys. If you haven't checked out my YouTube, check that out. Instagram, Facebook, the whole deal. You guys know the deal. Appreciate you guys for listening to me ramble for a few minutes tonight. Hope to do this again soon. And I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to get out. See you guys down the road.